Good morning. So this is a highlight reel, like John said, just quick 5 minutes. We have a long program today and 2 panels, and we'll learn a whole lot more about what kinds of human capital advantages the libraries offer. Very quickly, in January we published Branches of Opportunity, as many of you know. You have the report in your hands. Here are some just quick top-line numbers from the report. As Tony Marks mentioned, we're seeing circulation and program attendance rising really rapidly over the last 10 years. This is a 10-year period that we're looking at, starting in 2002. All 3 libraries together have seen circulation rise 59% in that time. Program attendance has risen 40% across all 3 systems. Program sessions, so the number of workshops and classes the libraries are offering, is up 27%. And you can see during the same time period that city funding is down about 8% over that period. That's in inflation-adjusted dollars. The average hours per week that the libraries are open has remained pretty level. But that's at a very low level, it turns out, about 40 hours, 43 hours per week. So the libraries are open on average, all 206 branches, for about 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Not very long. And still we've seen pretty impressive performance growth numbers here. So what's happening? As Tony Marks mentioned, demand is a big part of the story. The libraries are seeing more and more people coming through their doors looking for educational opportunities. People are wanting to pick up skills to make themselves more marketable in an information economy. That's a big part of it. But I also think the libraries have been changing and adapting over the last 10 years. I'm often asked what I think, what's the most innovative thing that the libraries have done. And I think a lot of people expect me to talk about technology. And the libraries have been doing a lot on the technology front. They've been expanding e-lending and e-books and social networking on websites. But I actually think that the biggest innovation is pretty old-fashioned. And it's programming. It's educational programming. It's workshops. It's classes and intensive courses, week-long courses, and GED preparation, and English as a second language, and technology courses, software courses. And that's, I think, really what we're here to talk about today. People are coming to the libraries to take classes, and these are informal classes and intensive classes. As you can see in this chart, in 2002, 1.6 million people across all 3 systems attended programs at the public libraries. And that has risen really pretty steadily since 2004, so even before the recession. And it's now at 2.3 million. I'm told that it's even much higher now in 2012, and it's continuing to grow in the 2013 fiscal year. Compared to other urban library systems, the libraries are pretty mediocre, actually, in terms of city funding. And they're pretty far down there, actually, in terms of average hours per week. But in terms of program sessions, so the number of workshops and classes they're putting on per capita in the city, they're doing really pretty well. As you can see, Columbus, Ohio is sort of off the charts up there. They're also open 72 hours a week on average. But Brooklyn is number 2. Queens is number 5, and the New York Public Library is number 6. So they're doing really pretty well. What are the biggest advantages that the libraries offer in terms of educational programming? I think the biggest advantage, by far, is evident on this map, which is that they are everywhere. They're in all of the neighborhoods. Most people in New York City know where their local library is. And even though they're open only 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, that's still a good chunk of time for people to drop in and learn about the opportunities on offer. People get to sort of learn at their own pace. They get to learn about some of the drop-in informal classes, and then later on take some of the more intensive week-long classes and adult literacy or computer training. And I think that's a big advantage. And there are other advantages, and we'll talk about what those are in more detail. Again, this is just highlights from the report. I urge you all to look more closely at the report. We did a lot of reporting in there, a lot of analysis in there that I'm not even touching upon. So again, thank you. Welcome.